Let's chat.
Obviously, the coronavirus pandemic has hit all of us in one form or another, including some of our neighbors right here on Chattanooga's South Side. Dr. David McNabb is joining us now, and David is the guy behind the big center right down the street here. It used to be called Teen Challenge. Now it's Adult and Teen Challenge. Dr. David McNabb, good morning.
Good morning, Chip. How are you?
Very well, sir. Couple of questions right off the bat. Number one, why the name change? And number two, for those who are unfamiliar with what you do at Adult and Teen Challenge, give us the overview.
The name change was something that has been in the works, I think, probably for a long time. Chip, we've always been a ministry to adults 18 to 50, and Teen Challenge was our umbrella. That was the nationwide organization that began as a ministry to teenagers many years ago, dealing with drug addiction. And so about 2.5 years ago, the main office gave us the opportunity to do a little tweak of our name, and so they allowed us to do that. So we at least incorporated the adult, which is what we really always been. We have folks here as young as 18 and as old as 50 something. So that's been always the ministry we've had here as a residential 12-month facility, taking care of folks who deal with whatever kind of life-controlling addiction it may be, usually drug abuse, often alcoholism, but anything else that causes you not to live the kind of life that God intended for you.
Obviously, since this pandemic has taken over not just our country and the world, that's got to present its own sort of unique challenges to you since you are a residential program.
Oh, it has. Chip, what we had to do about a couple of months ago, we froze all of our intakes, all of our new folks coming in, obviously because we are residential. We stayed open. Our employees have been here day in and day out. Our residents have been here, but we've obviously not taken anybody in. So about 2 weeks ago, we looked at all the restrictions that were given to us, and we did release with the restrictions still for new folks to come in. So we are taking new residents in as we speak.
Good. I am happy to hear that.
Yes.
I want to ask you about a couple of the other restrictions that obviously some of your folks have jobs outside of what they do for you. How has this contributed to the overall atmosphere at Adult and Teen Challenge?
Well, I think we're pretty much typical, I think, with everybody else. Chip, we understand the situation that we're in. We hate to have folks where they can't go on their outings. In so many cases, they can't visit with family. They're visiting with families, just like I'm visiting with you this morning. And so there's been some restrictions there, but because they understand the circumstance, we have had such troopers here, from our staff to our residents and everyone else. We understand we're here because of what's going on. But still, it gets stir crazy. We're meant to be social people. And when we're the only faces we see every day, it does get old, just like it is at your house. It's the same thing.
3 or 4 years down the road, do you think you're going to be able to look at this and consider the whole pandemic a blessing?
I think we might, Chip, for a couple of reasons. One, we found out about technology that we knew that was there. We weren't forced to use it. We found out we could do lots of things that we've not done in the past. But Chip, one thing that this particular situation gave us, it gave us a chance to look at how we do what we do. And one of the things that we're seeing is that Chip, we've got 65 beds here that, quite frankly, have not been all full since we expanded the campus. And so we did some researching, and we did some soul searching and evaluating. And so we've taken our 12-month program down to a 4-month commitment. We were always a 12-month program with 3 different phases, and now we've broken those phases into 3 independent programs. So if you make it a commitment to come to Adult and Teen Challenge, you're going to make a 4-month commitment to stay with us, and then after there, you're here on an optional basis. So it's given us a chance to hopefully expand and make the program more accessible to folks who actually need it.
And this has been something that has been down here on Chattanooga South Side now for decades, and
yes.
I regularly see folks who have graduated from your center, and without doubt, their lives are certainly a lot more blessed,
sure
a lot
so.
richer,
Yes.
and a lot more enhanced. Final question this morning: since you are an inpatient recovery center, a lot of times people think, I don't need to go to that extent to start my recovery. Do you have some help for those folks?
Well, yeah, we do. We do. First of all, give us a call, and just like there's a lot of stigma with talking to somebody with a residential recovery center. There's a lot of stuff that goes with that. But we encourage anybody, give us a call and let us know where you are. Let us know what you're struggling with. Maybe you don't have to come for the 4 months or 12 months. Maybe there's some things that we can help you get through with some counseling and so forth. But we want to let everybody know that just give us a call. We don't want to have that barrier put up between us and the public. We're here as a resource to help folks find help, and that's what we want them to do.
As I have heard you say before, many times the longest journey begins with that single step, or in this case,
That first step,
that
man,
single
that's a
phone
big
call.
deal.
Dr. David McNabb, thank you so much for joining us. Continued wishes for success in the future. Now,
Thanks, Chip.
if you want to find out how you can get involved by helping out Teen Challenge, either on a volunteer basis, and they can certainly always use a financial donation, make sure and check out their website. It is tcmidsouth.org. Again, tcmidsouth.org. Stay with us. We'll be right back.